Hey friends, it's Eric, and today we're going to quickly compare these two curtain bots. This is the SwitchBot Curtain 2, and this is their Aqara E1. Both of these are the rod versions, so you can put this on a metal rod or wooden rod, but both of these also have U and I rail versions, which is just different mounts, but the motors are exactly the same. Now, first, obviously, the SwitchBot is smaller than the Aqara, but that's not really a factor because this is going to be behind your curtains. You're not going to see either one, so size really does not matter here. However, the Aqara, because of the larger body size, has a larger battery and also a larger motor. Now, they say the battery can last about a year in the E1, which I have not charged this up in the entire year, plus I've been using this, but obviously that depends on a lot of factors and how often you run this. Where the SwitchBot, they say it runs about 8 months on a single charge, but unfortunately I only got about 4 to 6 months depending on how often I used it. Now, one thing about the battery life, the Aqara does not have a solar panel that's available, but the SwitchBot does. But unfortunately, where I have this installed, I don't get a lot of sunlight. Even if I mount it up here or hang it down by the wire, I just don't have enough sunlight, so I'm not able to charge it up via a solar panel. But if you do have good sunlight coming in your window or doorway, wherever you're going to be using this, you can pretty much power this SwitchBot up indefinitely as long as you have enough sunlight. Now, they say their Aqara motor can handle curtains up to 26.4 pounds, where the SwitchBot can only do curtains that are up to 17 pounds. I would say my curtains are on the heavier side. I didn't notice any difference between the two. The Aqara is a little bit faster, but even when it came to weight, I never had any problems pulling it with the SwitchBot. But if you do have heavier curtains, even more than 20 pounds, I would say go for the Aqara. And when it comes to rod size, the Aqara can only do rods from 25 millimeters up to 32 millimeters, where the SwitchBot can do smaller rods from 15 millimeters to 40 millimeters. So it can go smaller and bigger ones with the SwitchBot. That was my major issue with installing this. Both these are very easy to install, by the way, but I had to change my rod when I got the Aqara because one side of my rod was too small to use. It was actually about 22 millimeters. So I had to get a brand new rod. I had to spray paint this, which you can kind of see some paint coming off of this. But I was really upset. I had to change my rod to get this one to work. So definitely measure your rod if you got the rod version. But if you do have a larger or smaller rod, you don't need to buy a new one. Just get the SwitchBot instead. They both have quiet modes or slow modes. Unfortunately, the SwitchBot does not perform well in that slow mode. If you have heavier curtains, which I think I do, it wouldn't move at all. The Aqara, you can put into that slow quiet mode into a time-based automation, and it did fairly well even with my heavier curtains. And last but not least, let's talk about connectivity. They both require a hub if you want to get this into your smart home assistants. They both work with SmartThings, Alexa, Google, and also HomeKit through Matter with the SwitchBot Hub 2. Aqara is native to HomeKit, but you will need a Zigbee hub no matter what. Where the SwitchBot, if you don't want to use it with a smart system and you just want to use it with the app, you can use it over Bluetooth and just control it with your app. But unfortunately, with their Aqara, you have to have one of their hubs. Either way, I'm sure you're going to get a hub with either one because you're going to be using it with a smart system. But at the end of the day, it really comes down to price and the size of your rods and your curtain. I would say SwitchBot is a better purchase. Unfortunately, I wish it came with the solar panel inside the kit. That's an additional purchase. That would be a done deal for me. But if you have a heavier curtain or you have that rod that's between 25 and 32 millimeters, you might want to go for the Aqara. Otherwise, I think you'll be very, very happy with the SwitchBot. I hope this video was helpful. I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.